Good morning, Sir James, and good morning, classmates. I am Mr. Joshua Philip E. Vasquez, one of the discussants for today's discussion, which talks about the conflict management and negotiation in schools and universities, together with my co-reporters, Sir Jacob and Sir Arpelida. So here, conflict management in schools and universities, dito na masasabi na mayroon iba't ibang ah, conflict na naganap sa paaralan or sa university, iba't ibang uri ng simula or cause ng mga conflict na nagagawa sa loob ng paaralan at paano ito magbigyan solusyon with this kind of discussion that we will be discussing today. So now here it start. Conflict. Conflict refers to a disagreement or struggle between individuals or groups with different goals, values, or interests. So, ang conflict daw, ito daw ay nangyayari kapag ang dalawang party ay hindi nagkakaintindihan or magkasulungat sila sa iisang layunin. For example, sino-sino bang maging involved nito sa schools and universities? It can be teacher versus teacher, teacher versus students, teacher versus parents, and teacher versus principals, and everyone can be involved in conflict. How about non-teaching versus teaching personnel, or administrative officer and versus school head, principal versus students, principal versus school nurse, and everyone can be involved in conflict. Diba? So, lahat talaga yun ay nangyayari kapag ang dalawang tao or grupo ay hindi paksa or hindi sang-ayon sa isang objectives or isang prinsipyo. Kasi, ayun nga, mangyayari talaga yan kapag yung isa ay mayroong sariling opinion na hindi sang-ayon sa ganitong aspeto. Meanwhile, this aspect naman ay sang-ayon kung ito naman ay hindi sang-ayon. So, there is conflict happened. And next, a conflict, perception of incompatible goals, interest, or values. Ayun na nga, masasabi talaga natin na tayo kasing mga tao, meron tayong mga sariling isip, sariling interest. Anong kasing interest ba yan? Interest ba para sa pag-unlad ng paaralan ng university? Or interest, values sa kung paano maging isang ambag or magbigay contribution sa lahat ng antas ng edukasyon sa university and everything, or interest para lamang sa sarili. So, mayroong mga iba't ibang goals kaya kung saan nagaganap ang isang tinatawag natin conflict. So, here, sabi dito, natural, inevitable, and sometimes beneficial. Ang conflict daw, kasi masaya na conflict, gulo na naman yan. There's agreement, magkasalungat, mayroong digmaan magaganap. So, yun. But here, according to its definition, natural. Conflict daw ay natural. Paano naging natural? Yun ang sinasabi ko kanina. Kasi tayong mga tao, mayroon tayong sariling isip kung saan tayo nagbabahagi ng ating layunin, nagbabahagi ng mga salita kung paano magkaroon ng contribution, maging sa tahanan, sa pamilya, sa simbahan, at maging sa government. So, there is a natural process why conflict happened, natural advantage, meron din maging isang mga rason kung bakit ito naging natural. Una, ay nga sabi ko kanina, we are human as we are. We have our own different distinctive perspectives in life, principles to be expressed. Next, inevitable. Ano yung sabihin inevitable? Meaning to say, hindi talaga maiiwasan. Part talaga yan ng normal way of living of human. There is conflict. Kahit saan maganap talaga ang conflict. Maging sa bahay, teacher, kapatid versus kapatid or versus parents. Sa simbahan, priest versus mga churchgoers or audience, maging sa palengke, maging customers versus producers. So, lahat talaga na antas ng pamumuhay natin sa lipunan, mayroon talagang tinatawag na conflict. Maging sa politiko, ano ka ba? Duterte ka ba? Or Marcos? Or Lenny, or ano ka ba, that's part of your principle. So, may lang naganap na conflict. It is inevitable kasi tayong matao, ma-pride tayo. There's pride, not to say nga very extreme. We have our principle. Having a principle in life is part of our pride. Meron tayong prinsipyo at pananaw sa buhay na kailangan din need to be voiced out. So, inevitable, hindi daw may iwasan ang conflict. And next, sometimes, beneficial. Paano naging beneficial ang isang conflict? Sa anong sitwasyon? Kung baga, nang dahil sa conflict, para lang sa akin yung conflict kasi, naging siya, sometimes beneficial kung saan, kung ang dalawang tao ay nakakaroon ng iba't ibang panig sa buhay, pero maging isang instrumento upang ang dalawang tao ay magkasundo sa paanong pamamaraan. For example, kung sa schools and sa schools and universities, sa schools, admin school head versus non-teaching personnel. So let's have that kind of case study. For a school head, the school head has this kind of coordination nga magbigay ng isang proyekto in which ito yung gusto niya. Meanwhile, the admin staff or the non-teaching personnel such as EO or ADAS, they have a concern na, sir, kulang yung budget natin, hindi kaya sa ganitong angkop na mga expenses. In that way, meron ng baka may something lang na conflict na magaganap kasi ito yung gusto ng school which is ang concern naman ng non-teaching or sa mga admin staff, they're concerned about the funds, and the school head, I don't know of what's happening, hindi ba siya na-inform or what. I think he knows it, he or she must know it. So dahil doon, if di sila mag-disagree silang dalawa, so there's conflict. Pero parang naging sometimes beneficial kapag ang dalawang panig ay mayroon silang communication to ethical communications, which is that's include professionalism. Kung ang dalawang tao ay mag-usap ng maayos, so magkakaintindihan silang dalawa sa mga concerns na kailangan need to be expressed at both are open-minded, so diyan matatawag natin ang conflict will be resolved. At dahil sa conflict na na-resolve, mayroon matatawag na sometimes beneficial kasi nga ang dalawang tao is mas naliliwanagan. Meron kasi in my philosophy in life, as I a newly graduate or pass a board exam and being hired in the DepEd, I must say talaga that in our life as human, there is something that I know that you don't know, and there is something that I don't know that you know. And in that case, masabit lang na may kakayahan na wala kang kakayahan na mayroon kang alam na wala kang alam, at mayroon kang alam na hindi ko rin alam. Meaning to say that people's learning or humans learning are constant. Habang tayo'y nabubuhay, our life is constant, lifelong. We are lifelong learners, diba? So, we encounter different aspect, different matters that must be advantageous sa ating existence as human or as part of the government progress. So yun nga. So sometimes beneficial nga pag ang dalawang tao ay nagkakaintindihan, mas nagkakaliwanagan. So dyan matagap yung resolution or the problem or conflict created was resolved by the two persons. So dahil dyan, it can be sometimes beneficial because you will be improving your relationship and partnership to your school head or to your admin staff. You are making a great impact to society, especially to school, where you are having mutual decisions. Because nag-agree na kasi kayo dalawa naliwanagan na kayo, so sometimes beneficial. Okay? Now here, conflict can improve understanding and innovation. So, ang conflict daw, it sounds like negative, but as you go study deeper, it can improve understanding and innovation. Meaning to say, yun nga sabi ko kanina, there is improvement and progress if two persons are about to take mutual decisions, reaching agreement, and yun. maayos ang proseso, the methods of resolving the issues are convenient and productive. So, in that case, you will have to manage well the conflict so you can avoid, no? Ma-avoid mo yung extreme effect. So, ayun nga dito, can improve understanding and innovation when managed well. Yun nga. Always, we have to bring the essence of professionalism in handling, resolving issues and conflict. So that's it. Next, now let's hear the sources of conflict in schools and universities. Ano bang mga source or pinagmulan ng mga conflict or problems sa isang institution, sa paaralan, sa schools or universities? This happened everywhere. Kahit elementary, high school, secondary, college, lahat, DepEd, CHED, or different organizations sa Pilipinas, lahat, different departments, nandyan yung conflict. And this is really applicable to all. Okay, miscommunication. Ito na nga, miscommunication talaga is very mahalaga. It is crucial. But when it's not applied, there's no agreement happened. Then there is no solidarity happen if there's no communication at all. That's why the communication must be practiced coherently and productively. There should be the essence of professionalism. Now here, miscommunication. When information is not clearly conveyed or understood among educators, administrators, and students, then the conflict will be created. So there's conflict talaga pag ang dalawang party or higit pa ay hindi nagkakaintindihan sa isang layunin. At ang isa naman ay somewhat like baka hindi siya open-minded or hindi siya practical or somewhat like. So meron kasi tayong yung mga tao nga, kaya nga our learning is constant. We learn something from others and others learn something from us. So yun yung conflict talaga na maiiwasan natin na extreme yung effect. Pag tayong mga tao ay we are open-minded, we are not going to close our doors of learning. No, we cannot grow. But when we have the willingness to open our minds, to open our doors for another learning or journey, then we can be enhanced and we can be critical thinkers and next to critical doers. Yun yung ibig sabihin na my philosophy in life. So, miscommunication. Kaya nga, need talaga na magkakaintindihan ang bawat isa para sa mabuting layunin. And in this case, other causes or sources of conflict happen in schools and universities will be discussed by my co-reporters, Sir Acob and Sir Arapelida.